Well, here at home, dozens of people gathered outside Harding High School tonight to remember 15-year-old Devin Scott, who was stabbed to death inside the school last week. And just a few miles away at the state capitol, lawmakers held a moment of silence for the teen at the request of Jay Zhang, who represents the district Harding is in. All that as we learn of extra security measures being put in place at that school and others in St. Paul.
Danny Spiewak is live at St. Paul Public School headquarters with how the district plans to keep schools safe. Danny?
Well, tonight the district announced that it's going to be working with St. Paul Police to put officers outside of 5 high schools across the St. Paul Public Schools. And that, of course, includes Harding, where the community is still grieving the loss of a student after a fatal stabbing last week. The loss of 15-year-old Devin Scott still feels raw at Harding High School.
Unfortunately, coming together around the death and killing of a child.
Leah Van Dasser heads the St. Paul Federation of Educators, which organized a vigil for Scott on Monday,
so that we could all have that place to grieve.
As police continue to investigate what led a 16-year-old classmate to stab Scott, St. Paul Public Schools are boosting security. The district has added a third support liaison to the security team at Harding, and it's assigning 2 St. Paul police officers to work outside these 5 high schools: Harding, Como Park, Central, Humboldt, and Washington. St. Paul Police told us that some of these officers will be familiar to students as former school resource officers, but they will not be serving in an SRO role. The school board cut SROs from all high schools in June 2020.
I know that there's been a long-standing decision since the death of George Floyd that we would remove armed personnel from our buildings. And so I think that's going to have to continue to be discussed.
Neither the district nor the school board has said whether they'll explore reinstituting school resource officers in the future. The Educators Union called on the district to add more early intervention efforts and more mental health supports, something that was a sticking point during contract discussions last year.
Things that we need to move forward is going to be long-term solutions, and there's no real short-term answer that's going to fix things right away.
Devin Scott was a 10th grader at Harding High School and the son of a Teamsters Local 320 member. Tonight, that Teamsters group also called on the school district to prevent school violence, and they were demanding change. Now, the district says that it is looking at its long-term plans and security efforts with St. Paul Police. Back to you.
All right. Thank you, Danny.